Goldylocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
Hi, everybody. Anthony Rodriguez here, Walking Crow for another Tuesday edition of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the new moon. Are you ready for it? Are you ready? Last night was the balsamic phase of the moon. The last 2 nights, I think, with a dark moon. And we're now coming into the energies of the new moon. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Oishino. 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 All right. But before we get started, got to do the spiritual stuff, that got to clear the magic medicine. We're going to light some sage. We're going to clear the Creator Great Spirit and all my relations in the power of the 4 directions. And Great Mother, clear me, that I would be a clear channel, that all the computers and the microphones and all the telephone lines that we use be a clear channel, that my producer, Tiffany White Sage Woman, would be a clear channel as well. And I welcome you. Clear. We are all clear and we are moving through and the energies are flowing. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. It's a new day. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday of the new moon day. Are you ready? Are you choosing something different? If you're tuning in to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine show, you're choosing something different, because you could be watching television. You could be listening to the same old tired songs on the radio or on satellite radio or whatever it is. But you're choosing to tune into the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine show with myself, Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. Aho. Now, I want to let you know where I'm at with regard to my calendar. With regard to my calendar, that's very funny, Tiffany. Very nice forehead, my forehead. And there's a lot to go on, a lot to talk about with my calendar. But I'm going to start with something tonight. Tonight, new moon manifestation and self-empowerment with Shakoba Hawkwing and myself, Walking Crow. It starts at 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. in Pasadena. You can go to the link on Facebook page. It's called New Moon Manifestation and Self-Empowerment. I believe it's like 20 or 25 bucks. It's $20 to sign up before the event, $25 at the door. If you sign up before the event as a student or a sage of 65 years old, it's $15. And then if you walk in, if you're a student or a sage, an older person over 65, it's $20. So it's tonight in Pasadena. If you want that information, send me an email at anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com. I hope. Also want to remind you that every Tuesday right here at the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine, every Tuesday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Thursday night, every Thursday at 8 p.m., Sound Vibration Magic Drum Bath Journey with Walking Crow. It's a free drumming. You can send an exchange of energies if you want. It's shamanic drumming for you to travel, to journey. Aho. So join us on Thursdays. Also, this week in the 19th and the 20th, we're having it's finally here. The drum making workshop, Aho, is finally here. You can come and for $200 walk away with a beautiful drum. This is an elk skin drum that I made on Saturday. You can see the spine of the animal and where the sun beat down, and the element of the sun and air and rain and wind beat down and earth on this animal. This is a beautiful 12-inch elk skin drum that I made. And this is for my personal use because I don't have a smaller drum. This makes it easy for me to go up a mountain instead of toting one of the bigger drums. So, and also, I've been making mallets. This is made from yucca tree, just the tip of it. And I'm also making a talking stick out of yucca. And I made another mallet out of manzanilla, which is from the manzanilla wood, which is from Sedona, Arizona area. and you can see where the vortexes have twisted the wood, and it's got a beautiful tone and a beautiful finishing and a beautiful color, and yeah, so I've been doing that. So that is when. That is this weekend, making the drums, $200. There's still 2 spaces available. So if you want to come, you got to come and pay cash. You can reach out to me for the address for that. Okay. And then a word and consciousness with Anthony Rodriguez Walking Crow at the Church of Truth Center for Awakening Consciousness on June 3rd. I am going to be giving a talk, and I'm asking for your support because I'm coming to my end of days in Los Angeles, and I only have a couple of more events that are going to be popping up after the 3rd, and after that I will be in Sedona, and I will be traveling across the country. And then June 16th, Healing the Masculine Soul, again at the Church of Truth Center for Awakening Consciousness. Women, bring your men. Men, show up. Bring a friend, bring a cousin, bring a dad, bring a brother, bring an uncle, bring a nephew. Come to this event and learn how to come into your voice. We have been emasculated for a lifetime, and it's time to stand in your power. It's time to stand next to your divine feminine woman and learn how to speak to her and communicate with her in a new and good way. Aho. And then Your Abundance and Summer Solstice with myself, Anthony Rodriguez Walking Crow, in Sedona, Arizona on the 21st of June. It's the Summer Solstice celebration. It's $40 if at the door. It's $30 if you sign up before the event. You can save yourself $10. Come on out. We had a great event 2 weeks ago almost, where the folks came out and supported me, and I'm looking forward to this event on the 21st at 7 p.m. at the Sedona Creative Life Center. Aho. And then on June 28th, I will be on the completely other side of these United States for Full Moon Manifestation and the Sacred Drum Making Workshop in Charlotte, North Carolina with my friend, Jane. What is Jane's last name? Oh my gosh, I forgot Jane's last name. Anyways, she's an incredible medicine woman. On June 28th, it's $200. Sign up early so you can get your seat. There's 15 seats for this, and come and make your own drum with me. So that's all I'm going to talk about as far as the calendar goes. There's so much going on with the calendar. There's so much to do and so many places to be, and that is actually the topic of this show today. Not so many places to be, but taking the leap of faith. Where will you go? What will you do? And how will you get there? Will you? Can you? Do you? Will you? Can you? Do you? Will you? Aho. I also want to talk about one more thing. White Mountain Sage from Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine, Walking Crow. $15 for a bundle. If they're usually pretty big. If they're not big, I'll give you 2. It's $15 for a bundle of sage. If it's shipping is $3.75. We don't charge for the box. You get a free box. And so you can get your sage by going to www.sacreddrummedicine.com or Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com. That's the best way. You can actually go to Venmo, download the app for Venmo.com, and you can send $18.75 for 1 stick of sacred sage to Anthony-Walking Crow-24, and it's $18.75. Or if you want to buy more, $15, $30, and $3.75 for shipping and that sort of thing. Alrighty, so let's move on and get out of that space because we don't need to be in that space anymore. We have moved on. The train is moving on. Lots to do. So I want to talk about the new moon and what it is that's going on with me. And a lot of you know, I put out a video this morning on Facebook and I posted it to about 30 or 40 groups, and a lot of people have seen it. I am going to be going across the country. I am going to be moving to Sedona. I turned in my letter of resignation yesterday, and the clock is ticking for me here in Los Angeles. I will no longer be working in LA. I'll be back and forth to see my mom from time to time, probably every 3 weeks. Hi, Sarah. How you guys doing? Little Anthony and little Austin. How you guys doing? Welcome to the show again today. And, I'll be back and forth to see my mom, and I'll be I won't even be at home in Sedona for the first month. I'll be on the road. I'm going to move. I have an event on the 21st. I'm going to be there the beginning of the end of May just to do marketing and stuff, and then go back on about the 19th, stay, do my event, and then the next day, I'm going to be hitting the road and making my way across the country to Charlotte, North Carolina, with Jane Ritz. That's her name, Jane Ritz. She's an incredible medicine woman. I was introduced to her by Ian Morris, and I'm looking forward to seeing Ian Morris when I make my way across the country. If you have a home, if you would like to open up your home and invite 10 to 20 people into your backyard, heck, into your front yard, into your living room. If you would like to do that, if you would like me to come to your community, gather your neighbors, have them bring a covered dish, have them bring a casserole, a thing of rice, a salad, a bag of chips, a package of rolls, some biscuits. Bring some food to create community. I believe that everything that is good that happens can happen at the table, at a good meal, and in community and vibration and communication of healing, and where that's where the medicine takes place. I'm only going to be charging $20 a person. The most of the money that I make is going to be to get me from point A to point B on the road from place to place. So it's not like, I'm going to get rich or something, or I'm going to go out and buy a new house, no, that's not going to happen. I'm asking you guys for an exchange of energies, and, bringing food and water and those things to community is part of that. So I'm going to be moving. I made the decision. I turned my letter of resignation in, and I'm ready to go. All I have to do is pack the things around me, the salt lamp behind me, the beads that are here, my owl feathers and my crow feathers and all the peacock feathers that I have, all my things, my blankets, my drums, all those things are going to be going with me. And I'm also going to be opening a space in Sedona with a friend of mine. Her social media name is Abra Cassandra. She's an amazing artist, an amazing medicine woman. And we're going to be opening a space in Oak Creek Village, OVC. And that's about 2 blocks from where I'm actually going to be living. So that's pretty amazing. So I won't have to go very far. But while I'm on the road, you'll be able to go to that place. It doesn't have a name yet because it hasn't opened yet. And you'll be able to buy my drums in Sedona. They will say Walking Crow on the inside. They will have the date that drum was birthed and the kind of skin hide that I used to make that drum. And I'm talking about this stuff because I am making my dreams real. There are people in this life, and you guys know who you are, who you dream about doing things, but never really do it. You talk about doing things, but never really do it. The ability to do what I wanted to do was taken away from me as a child. They made me do the things that they wanted me to do. I had to get a job at, I don't know how old, to buy the things that I wanted to buy at 11, 12 years old. I worked in a liquor store at 13 years old. I worked at McDonald's at 16 years old. And I've been working for 80%, 90% of my life. I shouldn't have had to work for 90% of my life, but I was told no when I asked for something. So how does one get things when those that are taking care of you say no to you? One goes out and gets a job. I was throwing newspapers at the age of 11 and making, not really a lot of money, maybe like $3 a week. When you're 11 years old in 1970, whatever, that's a lot of money. When, my father would go to the park here in San Fernando where I was born in that area. He would go to the park and watch soccer every Sunday. I would go with him, but I would go to this store in San Fernando and I would buy sodas for 7 cents a piece. 7 cents a piece. I would take an ice chest, put everything on ice, and I would sell sodas for 35 cents a pop. Pardon the expression, 35 cents a pop. And I was always in that mode of making money. I was always trying to do something for myself because, when others don't help you to get there, you got to do it yourself. And this is really, at this age in my life, this is another part of that, an extension of that. From there, I went on and worked in a liquor store. I was making 15 cents an hour plus all the soda I could drink, for stocking the shelves, for taking care of the warehouse, for sweeping and wiping counters and that sort of thing. That was a lot of money. And then my top pay there was like 35 cents an hour when I was 15, and I left there with all the soda I could drink, and that was where I learned my work ethic. I showed up every day. If I wasn't there for any reason, I was sick. Something had to have happened to me because everybody knows that I show up and I'm the one who's always there. And then from there, I went to work at McDonald's. So I've been working for a lifetime. I've been working for more than a lifetime. Some people have never worked. I've only known how to work. And before I was doing that, I was working in the yard with my dad, pushing a push broom or pulling weeds or something like that. That's the way it was for me. But this, making my dreams real, making the magic real, creating my journey, not just from drumming for journey and allowing myself to travel in that way. No. I am creating my journey across the country. I have reached out to people. I've already spoken to the Om Nation in Texas. They're aware of me. I've spoken to Selena McCarthy, I think her name is, my producer's sister in Austin as well. I've reached out to another friend of mine named Tanya in South Austin. She's actually just outside of South Austin. So all the parts are moving to have me in Texas and Austin and maybe even in Houston. I'm going to be doing a radio show that comes out of Houston on August 5th. So what's exciting for me, I'll get to go to Sedona and do my show from Sedona live, the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine show live from Sedona. But then I'll get to do it on the road, making my way across the country. And that's the exciting part for me because, who knows who I'll meet and who I'll get to invite to do the show with me, sitting next to me while we're doing the show. It's incredible. So all this is unfolding. All this is the magic that I've created. I have been working 7 years for this. And this show, as a matter of fact, I believe, and Tiffany can correct me, I think it's going to be 2 years in August or September. I'm not sure, October. I'm not sure. But this show is going to be 2 years old already. That I've been doing this show 2 years. And you know what's changed about my message? Nothing. It's the same message I was teaching on day one. It's about healing. It's about letting go of the things we no longer need to carry. It's about opening up the energy centers of the body, the chakras, the root, the foundation, learning how to be rooted and fruited, and learning how to be in your connection to others through your second chakra, through water, emotion. Learning how to be in your fire, your fuego, I can, I will, I do, I am, your esteem in your third chakra, how to be in your air, your lungs, I love, I'm loved, how to be loved and to love, regardless if you're loved or not by others. Be loved in and of yourself. I love in and of myself, and I am able to love and give love. You can't give away what you haven't got. And I vibrate out. Tiffany's White Sage Woman has given me the ability to reach far around the world, across oceans, across lands, across mountains, and across places that I have never stepped foot in. And people can hear my voice as I vibrate out. And I come into my knowing, my third eye, my sixth chakra. The things that I teach, I wasn't taught. The things that I teach, that I talk about, that I transform into and transform from, are things that I've come into in and of myself. honate, aho shinawanata, just like what I just said. I don't know what that means, but that language came upon me when I came back from Maui, Hawaii, last year. I went on a spiritual journey, and I went to the place of the four rivers, the sacred four rivers. I went to La Perouse, where the lava flows down from Halilakala, and it comes to the place of the water, and it solidifies as earth, land. And I sat there and I drummed and I prayed, and now this language comes out. And I'm blessed, and you are blessed by it. And I'm grateful. I am grateful. And when I meet somebody who's native, they recognize me and acknowledge me as native. And when I tell them about this language, they say not to worry about it. That's spirit language. And I'll learn what that is as I move along. I am manifesting. I am transmuting. I am transitioning. I am transforming into what I have always been, into what was always meant to be. And I am going from point A to point B, and you are going to go along the ride with me, because I will be doing my show from those different places, and I will invite you to call me at area code 323-870-3791. The number's not going to change. The number's going to remain the same. And for some reason today, I posted the number incorrectly. And thank you, Tiffany, for correcting that and pointing that out. 323-870-3791 is the call-in number. And call in, ask a question, say hello. Let me know that you're going to support my journey, because it's going to be a journey of love. It's going to be a journey of giving. I'm going to be in that car. My friend and teacher, Jeannie Love, she was on my show quite a while back. And she gave me a book called The Reluctant Messiah. And she gave me the book, and I didn't understand why she gave me this book. Now I understand, because the Reluctant Messiah used to fly an airplane, and he would go from place to place to place to place, giving people joy, giving people rides, and they would pay him to do his work, to fly them, so they could just see what the earth looked like from above. As below, so above. As above, so below. And I am not proclaiming to be any sort of Messiah. That's not what I'm doing. But what I am saying is, I was reluctant with my medicine. I was reluctant with Anthony. I did not trust. I did not say yes. I had to learn how to say yes as I was teaching others how to say yes and step into the power of who and what I am, and who and what you are, and who and what you and I have always been. And I say yes, and I'm taking the leap. And I turned in that resignation yesterday, and June 14th is my last day officially as an employee of that particular market, which is a farmer's market, where I work in the vitamin department a couple of times a week. And and it's going to be difficult, because there are people who come to find me there. There are people who go there to receive what I have to give them. They go there looking for liver cleanses. They go there looking for something for their anxiety, for their stress. They go there looking for a probiotic, because in their second chakra, in their first chakra, they're not well, they're not good, they're not balanced. And they find Walking Crow in those aisles, and we get to have a conversation. And we get to say, oh, do you mind if I have a conversation with you? Do you mind if I say something to you? Do you mind if I read your body? Because I can help you with what's going on. And that happened yesterday 4 or 5 times. And I'm willing to be there. And I'm willing to say welcome, and to give them the medicine that they need, and hand them my business card. And if they call me to come see me, great. But my time has come. My time has come. That place was a holding pattern for me until it was time for me to leave. And I've been talking to them. Everybody that works there knows that I've been leaving for a year. And every day I go there, I say goodbye to the store. I say, store, I'm back, but I'm here to say goodbye, because I'm going to be leaving soon. I am manifesting my future. I am going to be the boss of me. I am the boss of me. Remember saying that as a child? You said that to your parents or your mother or somebody else that was trying to tell you what to do, and you put your hands on your hips and say, I'm the boss of me. Well, I am the boss of me. I am stepping out into an unknown future that is fruitful and abundant and bright. Did you hear what I said? It's fruitful and abundant and bright. Is it scary? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it's scary. But guess what? I won't know how scary if it is, or if it's scary at all, if I'm sitting on my hands in Los Angeles waiting for magic to happen. Because I have to make it happen. You have to make it happen. It's your life. It's your future. Sarah, who's listening to the show right now, she has her small little business, where she sells things that are products to help your house in a healthy, good way and to make your home a good environment, not a toxic, poisonous environment. That's a good medicine. Tiffany White Sage Woman sells things on her page that people go to and buy, stones and crystals and oils and that sort of thing that are just amazing. And they buy those things and they use them in a good way and they help themselves with those things. There are people who buy, like Sarah, who buys my sage, and they purchase my sage and they use it in a good way to cleanse their house, to cleanse the energies around them. And we create that stuff ourselves. Sarah created that herself. Tiffany Michelle White, Sage Woman, created that on her own. They manifested. You can manifest as well. You can manifest because you can do. Stop telling yourself that you can't. It's Tuesday. Choose what it is you want for yourself. Choose to live your dream. Choose to speak your dream. Choose to talk about the things that you want in your life that you said no to yourself for a lifetime. Choose well, grasshopper. Choose well. Are you ready to go? You don't have to do it to the degree that I'm going to do it. You don't have to, have messed up hands from skins and straps and lacings for drums and Italian sage. I'm always having to put lotion on my hands because my hands are jacked up from doing all that stuff, But these are the hands of magic. These are the hands of energy. These are the hands of giving. They give to the world. They give to me. They give to Anthony Rodriguez, Walkie Crow, and it allows me to give to you in a beautiful way through voice, through sound, through vibration, through manifestation of energies through my hands in the fifth chakra. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the new moon? Tonight's energy is incredible. I have been tired since Saturday. And I know as soon as I finish this show, I'll be taking a nap because it happens every time. I will turn this show on to playback, and I always fall asleep. It's like, bam, the energy I just have an energy dump, and I go out for an hour, and maybe that's a good thing because I have to do tonight's event with Shakoba Hawk Wing, my beautiful friend out in Pasadena tonight. We're doing the new moon event. Come on out if you're listening and you're in LA, Pasadena, if you're in the Inland Empire, if you're in northern San Diego County. Sure, it's an hour drive, but who cares? Who cares? Come and get what it is that you want. If you're in Ventura County or in the San Fernando Valley, come to this event and get what it is that you want. Let go of the energies that no longer serve you. Let go of the imbalances and unbalanced life that you live, and step into the power of what is. Step into the way of walking in beauty and walking in balance, as my elders say, aho shinawana honata, aho. Now, I got to tell you, before I came on the air, I just got off the air with my beautiful friend, Angela Rose Hartnett, and her show, Holistic Wellness, on Blog Talk Radio. I'm going to be posting that later. So I would like you to check in. And we talked about healing. We talked about earth medicine. We talked about water. We talked about ceremony. We talked about honoring earth, honoring mother, connecting to grandfather, son, greater great spirit, father sky, grandmother trees, aho, grandmother moon, aho, and letting go. And I was excited to do it. It was an hour and a half show. That's a long time to talk. And now I'm doing this show and I'm gonna be worn out by the time I finish, because I always have that energy dump. I always, have to go to sleep and go where it is that I have to go to do what I have to do. And those who are logging on late, welcome to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. If you have a question, call in 323-870-3791. If you want to know how to get from point A to point B, I'm the guy to ask, because I'm the guy who's constantly talking about it and doing it. I'm not talking about my opinion of it. I'm not talking about what I learned in the book about it. I'm not talking about what somebody else said about it. I'm talking about the experience of how I got from point A to point B, and how I'm going to go from point B to point D, E, F, G, and onward, and so on. Aho. And I'm going to pull this up because I didn't do this earlier. Here's today's card. Victim. What is that? What is that in that picture? That's an acorn. And there is a squirrel. Now, I'm going to tell you about this card. This is not about being a victim. This is about shedding the skin and letting go of all those things. This is about not being in fear. Look at that little squirrel munching on his acorn and looking at that dragon and having no fear. There is no fear in what I'm about to do over the next few months. There's it could be a little scary, but I'm not afraid, because if I don't, I never will. I will sit on my hands and have the life that I would have liked to have. I will have a life that I didn't want to have. But I'm going to give myself the life I deserve. I'm going to let go of the green acorn, and see how the leaves around him are brown. I'm going to let go, and I'm going to let go, and I'm going to let go. And I am going to become the mighty oak. You can become the mighty oak. You can stand in your power and not be afraid of anything. You are not a victim. You are a victor. You are a warrior. You are a goddess. You are what you say you are, because it's in your heart. It's in your soul. It's what you've given yourself when others try to take you away from you. Aho. Aho. Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. And this card, creation. I don't have to work too hard right now to create, because I am manifesting. This is about understanding that I'm already creating. I'm already doing. I'm already speaking. I'm already saying. This is a crown chakra card. I am creating and manifesting. Are you? Can you? Will you? Should you? Why not you? Why not you? If I can do it, you can do it. You are the mirror of me. I am the mirror of you. I am who you see when I close my eyes. You are who I see when I close my eyes. I see it both ways. And why not? Why not? And the last card I pulled, prayer. Third chakra, fire. Do you see the duality there? City, country. There it is. When presented with lemons, you can make lemonade, right? When presented with what looks like lemons, you can make lemonade. You can choose the path, and there it is. The path less taken is the path that I'm taking. I'm leaving the big city to take the path into a big country, and I'm coming for you. And we are going to make lemonade, and we're going to roll up our sleeves, and we are going to be in our fire, our fuego. I can, I will, I do, I am, in the esteem of who and what we are and who and what we have always been. And we are going to manifest, because we are fire. We are sun. We're direction of the east. We're the direction of springtime. Although we'll be in the summertime, rolling up those sleeves is going to be necessary, because it gets hot in other parts of that country. It gets humid. Woo, woo. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the beginning? and the first steps of the rest of your life. Take your right foot forward, the right side, divine masculine energy, and move forward. The hand right side of giving to yourself, of moving forward, of manifesting and creating, and follow it with the left side, the left foot, the divine feminine energy, and receive it. Give and receive. Give and receive, and allow those energies, the circular energies, to ebb and flow with you, in you, through you, to you. You are, you can, you will, and you do. Aho, aho, aho. Man, I'm just fired up. I am fired up. Now, I had to tell you, I had to overcome a lot of things to get to point B. It was not easy. And, sometimes, like earlier, I came to tears. I come to tears with this stuff because, there was people who told me that I couldn't. There was people that told me that I shouldn't. There's people who told me that I wouldn't. And they told me those things based on who they are and what they did and what they were about, because they didn't step into their power. They stepped into the power of their parents and what their parents wanted them to do, and the poverty of their parents, not the triumphs of their parents. Their parents lived a mundane life. They lived a life of mediocrity and didn't do anything great. Saying that, they did a couple of things great. They had children. They created. But as quickly as they created children and they manifested, they began to take the power away from those kids. Because I know a lot of people who are on antidepressants. They're on Zoloft. They're on they've got a prescription for pot, and they're taking antidepressants, and they're drinking alcohol, spirits in, spirit out. They're self-medicating. I had a lady come into the store yesterday and she said, "Do you have niacin?" I'm like, "What are you taking it for?" And she kind of hemmed and hawed and she didn't want to say. And I walked her over to where niacin is. And she said, "I know somebody who's schizophrenic." She says, and they were drinking and taking drugs and they became schizophrenic. I said, "Excuse me, are you a doctor?" She says, "No." I said, "Then you can't say that somebody's schizophrenic or suffers from schizophrenia." I said, "I'm not a doctor either, but I am a sober alcoholic, and people don't become schizophrenic from drinking and using. They use and drink because they're schizophrenic. They're trying to quiet the voices in their mind. They're trying to quiet the voices in their body. They're trying to quiet the hurt, the pain, the shame, the wounds that they're not able to, because those that raised them didn't teach them better. Or they molested them, or they abused them, or they did what they did to them. But these young people who are or this person who is schizophrenic, niacin is not going to help him. He needs medical attention. He needs psychiatric attention. Stop diagnosing people when you don't know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about from experience. I was medicating myself for a lifetime. And anybody who has seen my driver's license, a picture of my driver's license, sees the proof of that, because I was 238 pounds. I was feeding my whole when I should have been feeding my soul. I didn't know how to feed my soul. I went to church. In fact, I went to their schools. I went to their churches. I went to their synagogues. I went to their temples. I went to all their places. And that's how I wound up. I made a choice to start to embrace alcohol and drugs in particular ways that were harmful to me. That I made a choice to embrace food that was harmful to me. I made a choice to embrace anger that was harmful to me. I chose to embrace shame, hurts, wounds that were harmful to me. And now those things do not live in my body. Those things do not live in my soul. Those things don't live in this mind. I don't escape up here and find escapism satisfying. I don't. I am present. I am the gift of my presence, and you can be too. How do you want to do that? What is the little secret that you're hiding? What is it that you're doing that you don't want people to know? Are you cutting? Are you Are you vomiting? Are you, are you practicing vomiting because you think that you're too fat or whatever it is? Are you smoking pot secretly? Are you taking diet pills? What is it that you're doing that you're hiding? Are you hiding? What is it that you're doing? Excuse me a sec. I was just reading a note from my producer, and thank you, Tiffany. Thank you very much for saying those words. Yes, I'm proud of me too. I'm very proud of me because there was nobody patting me on the back, and the only person that needed to pat me on the back was me, and give myself the empowerment of who and what I am and who I have become, because I didn't have to do that anymore. That was not my medicine. That was their medicine. My father died an alcoholic. My father died of heart failure, but he had heart issues, and he also had lung cancer. He also had liver cancer. He also had, drank spirits and spirit. He had all these things. I don't have to do that. I get to be an overcomer and a come overer. I get to cross over into the spirit world in a different way. And I don't have to come back and do other things in my life. Neither do you. If you want to learn how to do that, reach out to me. Call the number 323-870-3791 and tell on yourself. And who cares about other people hear about your little secret? Who cares? Maybe they'll support you to move forward out of that dirty little secret. Aho. Did you see my face change? My face completely changed when I went into that emotion. When I read what Tiffany White Sage Woman wrote. Whew, now I'm thirsty. In case anybody's wondering, I'm not drinking soda, and this isn't a commercial. It's just carbonated water with lime flavoring because I don't like soda. It's poison, and this is the easier, softer way. Anyways, whoo, boy, that was powerful. That was a lot. And thank you for obliging me. Thank you, Tiffany White Sage Woman, for your words of encouragement and your words of love and your words of care. I called, I referred to Tiffany last week as, I forgot what it was, but I made reference to her as being a supporter of mine and somebody who I love dearly. And don't get the wrong idea, unless you have the wrong idea. Yeah. I love Tiffany dearly, and I love everybody who follows me. I love my friend Ian Morrison, my friend Ingrid Turner, who in fact, when I posted that I had turned in my letter of resignation and I was ready to take the leap of faith, whether I can fly or not, she was the first person this morning who applauded me. There's some people I'm not going to tell till later, and they're my family, because I can hear the you can't, you shouldn't, don't do it, because they live in fear of not doing anything. Years ago, when I moved across the country, I was living in Tennessee, Morristown, Tennessee. I was married to a beautiful woman from Morristown, Tennessee, for a couple of years. She decided to go someplace else, and that's fine. And I had accepted that at the time. But I was loading my U-Haul to drive back across the United States with pulling my Jeep behind it. And my sister said to me, "What are you going to do if something happens?" And I looked at her. I said, "What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Something's going to happen. Oh my God, what's going to happen?" I said to her, "I have a gun." And back then I carried a gun because I was with the sheriff's department. So I carried a .22 Ruger. I no longer carry that because I don't need that sort of medicine in my life. I don't believe in guns. And some of you may, but I don't believe in guns. I don't believe in baseball bats. I believe that if it's my time, I'm going to go. And if I'm going to defend myself, I'm going to defend with everything I have, that everything is within me, with my Kung Fu grip. And I'm going to put my fingers in your eyes, and I'm going to, where did I go? The other side of Anthony. Wrestling crow. Anyways. So I said, what's going to happen? Well, something could happen. Well, yeah, anything could happen. I could stop and get a bite to eat. I could keep driving. It could snow. It could rain. It could, why do people go to that place of fear every time? I have given up. I have given up the courtesy and the benevolence of fear. I have no use for those things. The Catholic, the church did that to me. Oh, you're gonna go to hell. You're a sinner and you're gonna go to hell if you don't believe in Jesus. Stop it already. Leave people excuse me. You know what I'm gonna say? Leave people the fuck alone. Quit messing with people. They're messing with people over in Palestine right now. And there's jackasses here throwing down and thinking that it's a good thing. It's not a good thing. It's not. People are dying. Anytime people die, it's not a good thing. People are being killed. If you die on your own, that's one thing. But nobody deserves to die at the hand of another. And I will not be a part of that. I will not be privy to that. I will not be a part of that message and that energy. I will stand where I am and I will vibrate out good, vibrate out love, vibrate out power, prayer, And I'm asking you to do the same thing because that's how you become empowered. You become empowered by doing the same thing. That's the secret. That's the secret. Praying for those people who need help, sending energies, and that energy will come from other places. Those who have the ability to get there and do that, will go there and help them. Just like I come here and I help me and I help you by saying what it is that I have to say without fear, without apprehension of reprisal or shame or whatever would come. I'm not afraid of anybody. If the government, marched in like they're doing now and came and grabbed me by the scruff of my shirt, I'd go. And if I didn't return to the transformational sacred drum medicine, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, the honor of allowing me to stand here, to sit here, and to do what I did for almost 2 years. But that's not going to happen either. They're not coming for me. And if they do, hello. I'm gonna do a spiritual healing on them, and I'll pull my drum out, and they'll probably shoot me because my drum mallet looks like a gun. And just so I have witnesses. It doesn't look like a gun, does it? I don't know why I'm talking about that. Anyways, I have faith in my fellow man because I have faith in myself. I have faith that for I will do things for all the right reasons, that I let go of fear and I no longer have to hold on and stop myself because of what you might think. Because of what you might think. Because really what you think doesn't matter. I don't care about what you think. There's people in this house, in the studio here that get upset with me because I do what I want to do for my life. Because they never did. They sit and they watch TV all freaking day and night long. I don't own a TV. Although the other night I was watching Bridesmaids because I think that movie is hysterical. And I went into to see my mom and she was watching that. She was actually flipping through and she was about to go to bed. So I said, leave that there. And I sat down and I laughed till midnight, because I could. I enjoyed something that wasn't poison. It was funny. It was endearing. And you know what? I hope that I am able to be that funny, and I hope that I'm able to be endearing to those that need something today. I hope, Sarah, you and Anthony are getting what you need from me today. Blessings to you. I'm sending you energies in a good way. I'm sending energies to everybody who's listening, and I am vibrating out. And vibrating out because I can, and I should, and I could, and I would every day, every minute, every hour of the week, of the month, of the year. I am where love lives, and I am what hope looks like. I am where love lives, and I am what hope looks like. I am where love lives, and I am what hope looks like. Go to your neighbors and say that. Hello, neighbor. Do you know that I'm where love lives and I'm what hope looks like? Do you know that you're where love lives and you're what hope looks like? Hey, neighbor, I got some cookies. I made some cookies. I'm going to bring some over to you. You know, I made some fried chicken. I'm going to bring some over to you because I have some left over. Would you like some? You know, bridging the gap. You know, when I in my last marriage, I sat down with my elders. My former wife and I sat down with my elders, and I talked to them about. We asked for their permission and their blessing on our marriage, and I said to them, you know, I don't want us to be. I want us to be two separate entities that come together. And my elder looked at me, Hector Mazawali. He said, "You are two. You are not one. You are the pillars." He said, "You are the pillars." And as he sat there doing that, the thought came to me, it is the space between us that brings us together. So when I say to you, go to your neighbor if you make some cookies and offer, say hello to your neighbor and say, I am where love lives and I am what hope looks like. Cross that bridge, create that bridge between you and them, and bring the pillars together, because you are the pillars in your community. You are the pillar. If there's only one, you can find another pillar to mirror you, and empower yourself to say, yes, I'm going to do that. You know, I know that in other parts of the country, unlike Los Angeles is like a little rat maze. You know, there's all these mazes because every yard has a fence. My mother's yard doesn't have a fence. The backyard does. The front yard doesn't. She has a big yard. But in other parts of the country where I lived in Tennessee, there were no fences. If there were fences, it was to keep animals in, and that was the only reason to have a fence. If you had animals that you were, you know, that were grazing your property. But outside of that, you know, there are no fences. My friend Courtney Hale in Delaware, she has no fences, and I know that Sarah has no fences, and Dollars to Donuts, Tiffany White doesn't have fences, and everywhere I went in Sedona, very few places had fences. And I know when I make my way across the country now, when I've made my way across the country, there were very few fences. Only where there was livestock were there fences. Really, if you really think about that, you know, or you know, there's always those places in Texas where they have to, you know, draw the line, and they have to like stand in the ownership of what they own. They don't own anything. They won't be glad to hear that from me, but who cares? Who cares? I don't own anything. You know, I don't own the skin that I'm in. I don't own this drum. This drum is a gift to me. This drum is for me to be steward over until it goes to a different place, in a different body, a different person who will be honored by this medicine, and then forward from that place forward. You know, nothing is mine. There are no fences. So create bridges while knocking down fences. That's my message for today. Go out. Be free of yourself. Be willing to take a leap of faith. Whether you're going to your neighbor's house, whether you're going to the store, whether you're going to a march someplace, whether you're going to share a message with a close friend or a family member, whether you're going to drive across the country or move to a new city, take the leap of faith and understand what it is more that you're doing. Look at the bigger picture. Create the bigger picture. Offer something to somebody who may be like, are you crazy? And then they become your biggest fan or their biggest follower, or somebody who becomes a student of yours or a teacher of yours, because we're all our own teachers. I mean, you teach me, I teach you, and, you know, that sort of thing. But take a leap of faith and understand what that means when you take the leap of faith. What does it mean? You are empowered by who and what you are, by who and what you have always been, always been, always been. When I was in second grade, all this banging on the desk. And Mrs. Gaines flunked me. And the children went on without me. My tribe went on without me. And for a lifetime, I haven't had a tribe, and I'm coming into my tribe now. But I was doing that in the second grade, and now I do this. They couldn't flunk it out of me. They couldn't beat it out of me. Pardon the expression. And they couldn't take it away from me. They couldn't say no enough to me. And they couldn't punish me enough for being who I was and what I am still to this day. What I am today is what I was as an 8-year-old child in the second grade when they held me back and flunked me. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And the only thing that changed over the last 49 years was circumstances. Not mine, theirs. Because I'm still Anthony J. Rodriguez. I'm walking crow. And I'm still vibrating by banging the drum, banging the desk, banging the sink when I lived in Atwater Village when I first moved back to Los Angeles from Tennessee. I used to play my sink because they had 4 sides and had incredible sound. And then I went out and bought myself a pair of conga drums, So, and I've always been a percussionist. Now I make hand drums. I make noise with my hands. There's a million ways to make sound. I mimic nature. Toad, cricket, toad, cricket, toad, cricket, boom, did it, boom, did it. And I listen. I nurture my nature, the nature of who and what I am and who and what I have always been. So as a 57-year-old man with no real monetary properties or anything, I'm taking a leap of faith, and I'm asking you to take the leap of faith with me. But not physically with me, but in taking the leap of faith in and of yourself, in and of who you are and what it is you want for yourself. I'm asking you to jump without a net. I'm asking you to jump and take flight, not knowing whether you can fly or not. Aho. Because that is where the magic lies. And the magic doesn't lie. Listen to the words that I'm using. The magic doesn't lie. Because look at my face now as I talk about this. Look at my face as I talk about it for you and what you can be and what you can do and what you can create. Never mind me moving to Sedona and all that stuff. Never mind. This is about you. And the magic of taking your right hand and your right foot forward, following it up by the left hand and the left foot, and creating a circular energy that comes in and out and in and out and in and out. And you learn to love you in and of yourself, and you express love for others because you can't give away what you haven't got. And now that you got it, you can give it to others and share what it is you have. If you have a dream, share it. If you have a dream, talk about it. If you have a want, share it. If you have a want, talk about it. If it's something you want to let go, share it. Talk about it. Let it happen. Let it be so. Aho shinawana, aho nata, aho shinawana, hey. Aho. Aho. I'm really happy that you folks showed up today. And today, Tuesday, it's the new moon, Tuesday of the new moon. And I hope you choose well. Wow, I'm just like beside myself, and I'm tickled to death to be able to do what it is that I do. So I'm going to ask you folks, if you want to support my mission, you can do that by sending $20 to Venmo, Venmo.com to Anthony-WalkingCrow-24 and support what it is that I do. And in supporting what it is that I do, you'll be supporting where it is that you're going, because Anthony just asked for money. Anthony just asked for help. Anthony just asked for support. How many of you have never been able to ask for help? Ask yourself that. Aho. So I want to thank everybody for coming today, Tuesday, the new moon. Write it down, let it go, and step into the power of what it is that you want for yourself, and write those things down to put them where you can see them. Aho, aho. Put them where you can see them. I want to remind everybody that you've been listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with myself, Anthony Rodriguez, walking crow, sometimes crawling crow, sometimes flying crow. Anyways, when I do that, I remind myself of Dumbo. I seen an elephant fly. I seen a horse fly. I seen a shoe fly, but I ain't never seen no elephant fly. Anyways, Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, for the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine, saying thank you for coming, and have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful new moon and week. Thank you. Bye.